that changes. You know, for me, one of the really the biggest, where I had my first taste of entrepreneurship was when I was 8. You know, when I was 8, I remember this so clearly. I wanted some biscuits, right? And my grandma at the time, she was quite entrepreneurial, and she said, you can't have any, right? And I went, you know what, I can have it. And I was just trying to figure out, I was like, I wanted biscuits. So I went to my neighbor's house and I washed their car. I got 10 reals or 10 pounds. And I went to the store, I bought some biscuits, and I sat on the table and I just started munching, you know. And she walks in, she was like, where'd you get the biscuits from? I was like, well, you told me I couldn't have any, but you didn't tell me I couldn't go next door and wash a car and get money and go to, you know. So she was like, okay, well, let's see how long you keep doing this. So every weekend I'd go to her house and I would do the same thing. But the thing was, the process was I'd get the money, I'd go and spend it on something, right? And then eventually she sat me down and she went, look, how much money are you making? And I went, you know, we went through it. She was like, what about, do you think any of the boys in your year group would be interested in doing this? And I went, yeah, probably. She went, well, why don't you get your uncle? And why don't you get the boys? And why don't you do like once a week or twice a week over the weekend? So we used to do it midweek, and then the weekends, my uncle would drive us in the van. We'd pick up the boys in the neighborhood. The thing I didn't mind doing, I didn't mind knocking on a grown-up's door and going, hi, I'm Mike, can we wash your car? Right? I didn't mind that, right? What I didn't really like doing was the actual washing of the car, right? But what the boys didn't like doing, they didn't like doing the knocking, and they didn't mind doing the washing of the car, right? So in the end, I mean, we left Brazil when I was 11, 12, but from 8 to 11, 12, we had something like 50 boys and, you know, doing this drive, you know. And I remember I bought a surfboard, which at the time was a big purchase for me. I was 11 and I bought a surfboard, which was about 500 pounds, the equivalent at the time of 500 pounds. As an 11-year-old, to buy my own surfboard, I was like, this is amazing, you know. And you know, and the biggest thing that I really liked about it was when I used to go into school, you know, the respect you had from the peer group, and you know, they'd be like, Mike, see you on Wednesday for the van, you know, for the car wash. And it was just this, I really liked that. You know, it wasn't even, I liked the money because it was, I liked buying things that I wanted at that age. But I really liked the ability that I was helping people, they were helping me. And there was that level of, I don't know, whatever, respect, you know, there was that level of respect in there, you know. But if I hadn't had that opportunity with my grandma from 8 to 11, then, you know, I would never have experienced that, you know. I think entrepreneurship, like going back to your point, it can definitely be taught, but there has to be an environment for people to learn.